Good evening and welcome to DC News Now at 6 p.m. I'm Cheyenne Corinne. It's a dreary day outside, so we begin tonight with some breaking weather news. Joining us right now from the Weather Center is meteorologist Scott Sumner. No, Scott, on my way in, I was driving through some rain. Is that what we can expect this upcoming week?
Well, I tell you what, we can start off the week that way. We could even end the week that way as well, Cheyenne. But the good news here is the fact that the flood watch, which was issued earlier today around that noon hour for one county in particular, Spotsylvania County, way down here around the Dale City, west of Dale City region, that has been dropped as of 15 minutes ago. So we do not have any watches or warnings or any ongoing flooding happening here. But I do want to show you some rainfall totals the last 6 hours or so. You see about a half an inch around Culpeper, about a little over an inch at Frederick. Other than that, the rain in our viewing area has been held in check. However, not too far off to the south and south of I-64, in particular Nelson County. Granted, it's out of our viewing area, but they're still dealing with flooding there, as you note by the map, over 2.5 inches of rain has fallen in that general area. So, is that to say that showers are done with? No, we could have more overnight tonight, but the heaviest of the rain looks like it's done with. Morning fog and some afternoon thunderstorms start our week, but we'll dry out and bring in some sunshine by the middle of the week. We'll talk about it and show it to you with the 7-day forecast coming up. Cheyenne?
All right, thanks so much, Scott. We're definitely keeping our eye on that weather, especially that flooding. But for our top story tonight, we have an update on a story that we first brought you last week about a Catholic school in D.C. that was vandalized. According to police, the suspect destroyed parts of the property and even beheaded a statue. Now, there is a suspect in custody, but as of today, police in the school are still looking for the head of the statue of their patron saint. DC News Now, Katie Ree has been following this story for us. Now, Katie, what's the latest?
St. Anthony's Catholic School is calling this vandalism a hate crime. But with a week left until the first day, the school's 100th first day of school, the head of the St. Anthony statue is still missing. This all started back on August 10th. That's when 32-year-old Demetrius Hansford first destroyed and then took property from St. Anthony's. That was all before returning back to the school 5 days later. That's when the school says Hansford ripped up park benches, broke a concrete windowsill, and beheaded the statue of St. Anthony. Hansford is now in custody, but the school is still cleaning up the damage. Now, community members have donated money as well as other resources like mulch and their time to help with repairs around the school grounds. As you can see here, these are law students from the Catholic University of America helping to move wood chips onto the playground that was damaged. Now, again, St. Anthony's School has called this destruction a hate crime, but the Metropolitan Police Department has not yet classified the incident as such. They say that designation could happen at any point, and the Special Liaison Branch is helping with the investigation. For now, reporting in the studio, Katie Ree, DC News Now.
All right, Katie Ree, thank you for staying on top of this story for us. Now, make sure that you tune into DC News Now for all of the latest information on that investigation. And also in Prince William County, police say a man is dead after getting into a fatal accident late Friday morning. Now, take a look at this map here. Investigators found that the driver of a 2021 Volkswagen Jetta was driving north on Potomac Center Boulevard. The driver, 32-year-old Garrett Ross Clark of Dumfries, Virginia, then drove onto the grass median, then into an intersection. He then lost control and crashed into a retaining wall. Clark was taken to a nearby hospital after the crash, where he later died of his injuries. Investigators say that Clark was not wearing a seatbelt, and they believe that drug use played a part in this accident. And the D.C. Metropolitan Police are looking for the person right there on your screen. Now, he is wanted for first-degree burglary after police say he broke into an occupied home in Northwest D.C. on Friday night. If you know this person or where they are, please make sure you contact the Metro Police. And the Prince George's County Police Department needs your help finding the suspect or suspects in a fatal shooting. It happened shortly before 8 this morning. Police responded to reports of a shooting at Maryland Park Drive and Athena Street. A woman was found shot inside her home, and she was later pronounced dead at the hospital. Detectives say they are still trying to find clues to find possible suspects and motives. If you know anything, please contact the Prince George's County Police. And the Biden administration announced it's stepping up its response to the spread of monkeypox. Case numbers continue to grow faster than initially expected. The White House finds itself playing catch-up. Washington correspondent Anna Warnicki is in Capitol Hill with more.
Good evening. The new plan includes a rollout of nearly 2 million doses of the vaccine, and the White House says they will prioritize the shipments to areas that need it the most. The White House monkeypox response team says an extra 1.8 million doses of the monkeypox vaccine will be ready to ship to states on Monday.
What's most important to us is to be able to get as many doses out as quickly as possible to those that need it.
The announcement comes as monkeypox cases continue to rise. The latest data from the CDC says more than 13,500 cases of the virus have been reported in the U.S. since May, and more than 39,000 cases confirmed worldwide.
It's important that we all take monkeypox seriously.
Last week, health officials announced new guidelines for providers to give people 1/5 of the usual dose by injecting the vaccine just under the skin. White House Deputy Monkeypox Coordinator Dmitry Daskalakis says the strategy will help stretch the nation's limited supply of vaccines.
It's safe, it's equally effective, and also allows us to extend vaccine so that we can maximize protection in the community.
And White House Monkeypox Response Coordinator Bob Fenton says shipments of the vaccine will be prioritized to communities that need it the most.
That will provide up to 50,000 doses from the national stockpile to be made available for Pride and other events that will have high attendance of gay and bisexual men.
The CDC says this is a 2-dose vaccine, and they're reminding people that the highest protection is 2 weeks after the second dose. For now, in Washington, I'm Anna Warnicki. Back to you.
Also tonight, a federal judge has dismissed a lawsuit against the Montgomery County Board of Education. This is in regards to a new policy on the treatment of transgender and non-gender conforming students in the school system. Now, a group of parents brought the lawsuit in 2020 after the district announced its new policy regarding trans students. According to the policy, MCPS employees are encouraged to make a support plan for a student who says they are trans or gender non-conforming. The policy also states school staff are not permitted to disclose a student's gender identity to others, including parents, unless legally required or student authorized. This disclosure policy was at the heart of the lawsuit, which parents claim violated federal law. However, federal district judge Paul Grimm sided with the school, claiming the school had the authority to make its own policies. Now, it is not yet clear if the group of parents will appeal this decision. And also, Fairfax County Public Schools made 22 changes to their bus stop schedule. There will still be 6 stops on Blake Lane, but because of road work, students will not be able to wait on the street. Instead, students will wait on the side street. Quote, moving these bus stops will enhance student safety, while local and state partners continue working together to mitigate speeding and other traffic concerns in the area. And First Lady Dr. Jill Biden has left COVID isolation today after her second consecutive day of negative test results. This afternoon, the First Lady reunited with her family in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, where the Bidens have a summer home. Like her husband earlier in August, the First Lady took the antiviral medicine Paxlovid to fight the disease. She also has been twice vaccinated and twice boosted against COVID-19.